You got knocked the fuck out!
Yo, brawlers, this is your man, Glass Chin, and you're watching Glass Chin's Heavyweight Boxing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Wladimir Klitschko is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. In a career spanning 21 years, he won 6 world titles and won 25 title fights. He has the longest combined heavyweight reign in history, with a combined reign of 12 years. His 9-year single reign is second only behind the great Joe Louis. He was the lineal world champion for 6 years, from 2009 to 2015, after unifying the division against WBA champion in recess Chagayev, picking up the ring title in that bout. What a great fighter he truly was. People seem to have the opinion he had a padded record, but he holds wins over 10 men who held world titles, beating Chris Bride and Sam Peter twice each. He avenged his loss to Lamont Brewster. He beat Ray Mercer and Hazim Rahman, David Haye, plus G. Mark Mormek and Ibragimov, Alexander Povetkin. In no way, shape or form does that sound like a padded record to me. That's without mentioning the long list of undefeated contenders that he fought. He beat Bryden Jennings and Kubat Pulev well past his prime in decent fights, especially the Pulev fight. What a great display that was. He took a big beating in that fight but showed his heart that we maybe hadn't seen before and didn't see again until the Anthony Joshua fight. Hall of Fame trainer Manny Stewart said that Vlad was the most naturally talented fighter he had ever worked with. He claimed we never saw Vlad at his best. In the gym he was amazing. Inspiring fighters took a beating and would struggle to land a glove on Vlad. Stewart would often be frustrated in his corner, telling Vlad to let his hands go. It's a big compliment from Stewart when he's worked with greats like Lennox Lewis. It's scary to think with all what Vlad actually achieved, we may never have seen him at his best. Vlad was often negative in fights and seemed to lack the heart and warrior instinct of the past greats. His chin was always suspect. Let's take a look back at his darkest career moments.
Seine Chance in diesen Treffern sucht, er kommt durch. Und Wladimir Klitschko am Boden, aber nur ausgerutscht. 20 Sekunden dieser 10. Runde. Er ist fertig, er ist mitgenommen. Er wirkt wackelig. Wladimir Klitschko ist am Boden. Von Fritz Dunek. Hier nochmal die Szene. Er war mitgenommen. War ja schon mal am Boden. Die Beine spielen nicht mehr so. 11. Runde. Und er kommt, er sucht seine Chance. Ross Purity. Was passiert da? Fritz Dunek geht in den Ring, sagt Feierabend. Fritz Dunek geht dazwischen, sagt es ist aus. Ein für ihn. Die Gesundheit.
Solid punch by a good puncher. He hits hit again and holds. The problem Klitschko is having, he's got his knees bent, lowering his height some more.
Klitschko goes down on a huge left hand inside, his left eye, right on the eyebrow. Long time to go in the round. Wladimir down a second time.
And the neck is running out on this round.
Was able to do in this situation. He was able to come back and knock Sanders out. Now Klitschko's down a third time.
See the left hand that Sanders is hitting him with.
And he's attacking to try to get out of trouble instead of holding. And this is not going to go well. Another knockdown, the fourth time, and the referee, Genaro Rodriguez, stops the fight, and thus ends the Vitaly Klitschko, or the Wladimir Klitschko Express.
You can look at Klitschko's body, there's still not much sweat on him at all.
Брюстер переходит в один момент. О, как же так? Как же так? Вот он устал. Ему нужно хотя бы продержаться эти оставшиеся 20-15 секунд. Дать и держать. Они-то, я имею в виду противники, никогда не стесняются. Что случилось?
Peter hit Klitschko right on the back of the head with the right hand, and it counts as a knockdown anyway.
Don't worry about that skill in boxing anymore. This boy doesn't respect that.
Peter makes clear he's ready for an all-out war now. There were no punches that landed there.
Wow, brawlers, to think that Vlad once mocked Fury in a press conference for punching himself during a fight. What did you think of Vlad's chin? Does he deserve to be ranked in the all-time heavyweight top 10? Do you think as time passes he will gain more respect for his career and what he achieved? I personally think if he had been born in the States, he would be on a lot more people's top 10 greats lists. I think he suffers from a poor era, more in terms of exposure rather than lack of talent. When you put his records side by side with Joe Louis, Mike Tyson, Sonny Liston and Rocky Marciano, I think there's a good argument that Vlad's record holds up. I think he just never got them classic career defining fights. Obviously he couldn't fight the other top fighter of his era in his brother Vitaly. I do rate his wins against Chagayev and the rematch against Brewster. I would class his last fight against Anthony Joshua as a modern classic. He avenged his brother's loss against Chris Bryde in a brutal beating. The fight was really one-sided and I'm surprised it wasn't stopped. I did rate Kubrat Pulev as the man that might finally beat Klitschko, but Klitschko knocked him down 4 times and fought a great fight that night. He showed heart against Samuel Peter, getting dropped 3 times in that fight before going on to victory. And he made light work of David Haye, a tremendous puncher and top fighter. For all the robot talk that Wladimir gets labelled with, I think it's very unfair. He was very athletic for a man his size, and hopefully as time goes on people will recognise him for how good he actually was. I implore anyone who hasn't seen much of his footage to go back and watch his fights from his early career right through to his 9-year unbeaten run. Right, I'm going to end this video there. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night where I'll make a prediction about the upcoming fight between Joseph Parker and Junior Farr. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe.